Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're making some burgers with Bambara beans and I'm quite excited for this one. The first thing we want to do is get our burger mixture together, fry up some mushrooms, onions and garlic. The mushrooms are dried, so what I did while frying was add a little bit of water just to sort of rehydrate them. And then to this mixture, all I did was add a little bit of salt. Now, the next thing that we want to do is get our red beans. So just to add a bit of color, I opted in to use some red cooked beans. So what we are going to do is to use a fork to mash that. We don't want a super fine texture for these burgers. We still want a bit of texture. So we're mashing them just to break them up a bit. And we're going to do the same for the Bambara beans. Now the Bambara beans have been soaked overnight and then cooked until soft. And once the two of them have been mashed, we're going to mix them. Unfortunately, I lost some footage of adding the mushrooms to this mixture as well as the spices. So I'm just going to insert here a picture of what the spices look like, and you can find the full recipe for this on gingerandseasalt.com. So this is the texture that you're looking for, and we're going to put that in the fridge for a bit just to firm up. And then while we're doing that, we're going to make our avocado sauce for the burgers. And for that, we're going to get an avocado, cut it up, and then just scoop it out with a knife and then mash it with a fork as well. To the avocado, I also added some parsley as well as some lemon basil. And then to give it a nice extra pop, I added some lemon juice and then also some black pepper. Get a nice smooth texture. Again, not super smooth, not super fine. Just mix it until it's got a nice consistency. Now the lemon juice, apart from giving it a nice taste, will also prevent it from discoloring. So you've got a two-in-one really. So we're going to set that to the side as well and then get back to our burger patties. And now to form the burgers. Now out of this quantity, I ended up making about 6 large patties and they are quite soft. For this burger in particular, I didn't want to add too many extra ingredients. I really wanted the beans to shine through. And so when you're frying these patties, you will have to be careful when you're flipping them over, otherwise they will crumble. If you want a stress-free burger, you are going to have to adjust the recipe and then add some flour or add some breadcrumbs, some eggs, or you can even use oats to sort of bind your mixture a bit better. I'm fine with this. I like the texture and I like the taste, and the little bit of finicky work is not a problem. Now, when they cool down, they do get a bit firmer, so they're easy to handle, as you will see later. Again, these patties, if you're not careful, will crumble. So if you don't want that, add more of a binder. Just make sure that you're tasting for salt. ready to go. We're just going to put them on a tray and then leave them to cool as well. You want to handle them when they're cool. And so the next thing that we're now going to do is get onto the assembling of the burger. I got some beautiful burger buns. I did not make these myself because they're not really the main star of the show. We're going to cut them and then toast them slightly. So once they're toasted, we're going to start assembling our delicious veggie burger or bean burger. And we're going to start with some lettuce that have been washed and properly dried, and then add our beans patty. As you can see, I was able to hold it without it falling apart. So when it does get cooler, it does get a bit more solid. The next thing we are going to do is to put on top our avocado cream or avocado sauce. Looks really beautiful, beautiful light green color. And then the next thing on top of that is some caramelized onions that I had made the day before. Now to this burger, I also added some plantain chips just for a little bit of crunch. And then on top of that, we've got some tomatoes. Finally, we're just going to add a bit more green, and that is in the form of some arugula or rocket or rucola or whatever you choose to call it. And then finally put the top of our bun on there. And that is our burger all done. It looks absolutely amazing. And as usual, the taste is super too. It's got beautiful layers. It's not dry at all. We've got a nice creamy sauce by way of the avocado, a nice flaky, somewhat crumbly patty, some juice from the tomatoes. All in all, this is a pretty amazing veggie burger, ideal for vegetarians or just if you want to have a meatless day. I hope that you enjoyed this recipe, and I hope to see you next time on my next video. Happy eating!